Good evening. It is time. Hello, Herbert, Pro Safety Instructor Erpaderp. I'm legally not allowed to say that anymore. I can't call myself that anymore. Not since the incident. We won't speak any further upon that because reasons. It is Sunday. What am I going to do? Let's watch the funny Australian guy do stupid shit. Good day, Herbert. I'm not doing stupid shit. I'm a very serious railroadsman. Watch me not derail. Actually, let's check what my safety rating is. What's there? 86%. If you remember last time I streamed this, it was 91, I think? Soon, it's going to be 150%. I think I left my assembled freight train down here. It's going to get in the way if I need to do any shunting. And I will do some shunting because there's another interchange in a little over an hour and a half. So, what I'm going to do is move his 6969 up the line a bit into the station where nobody's going to complain. That would be pissing training. I can teach you how to piss, but I have to charge. Like that song about the milkshakes. Yeah. No fun allowed. Serious business only. This lot probably doesn't have any handbrakes applied. So we will apply one handbrake. More than enough to keep the probably 1,000 tons of rolling stock in place. That'll fit this siding here. Surely. Plenty of room. Passenger train won't be down here for a while yet. I'm pretty sure that is heading for Alaka. It's going in that direction. Coal train has arrived. That looks good for passenger trains. There'll be no confusion and delay for the Chud. This railroad's premier train. Okay. Actually, what I can do, because we've got some shit here, be better for the late train bringing stuff back if I were to load up some stuff and bring it down for the interchange at 8:30. I'm a thinking man on occasion. Well, that will be a bit annoying to get that one out. That's for shunting later when there's actually stuff to put in there. Boop, 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 boop. We've got to run a loggy boy. And the fun with this train is you've pretty much got to put at least water in it every time. If you don't put enough water in, it becomes a bomb. And if this game was that detailed, I probably would let it run dry. But it's not. It just stops moving and says, "I've run out of water." Urgh. We got this 468. Almost nice. Got a lot of money at the moment too. Unlike with trucking, where the only reason I've got a positive balance is because they repossessed and sold my truck. I generate income on the railway. Almost perfect. Hell yeah. We need to align for you. Everything is probably set up properly. It's probably going there. Which end? Which end is it hooked up to? That way. Yep. I know what I'm doing. Good. Now let's actually. Is this ready to go? Not quite. Good old thinking Herbert, they call me. They don't mention anything about being good at thinking. Just that I'm able to do it. If you honk the horn, then you know that you've got the actual engine you want to work with selected. It's helpful. Not only am I getting to honk, but I'm preventing myself from making mistakes. And other lies you can tell yourself. Ding ding. Maybe what I could be doing is running like a relay of switches up and these two up and down. Back it up. You don't need to melt it. You don't need to go too fast. We're going to get that safety rating up in no time. This means no slamming shit around. Only the gentlest of coupling around here. Moi. Chef's kiss, as the kids say. Did I hear the word real? What have you done to Herbert? I mean, nothing. Herbert's fine. Don't you worry about Herbert. Let me worry about Herbert. Okay, that and that. The next train up this way will probably be the long freighty boy, and he will come in here, so we'll put that way to stop him. When this idiot leaves, just flop that back into place. You probably don't want your switches to flop, Herbert. That sounds dangerous. him obeying the speed limit in the little yard. Oh, I'm not gonna go above 16. Coward. I'll need to stop and drop that off in the yard because that is mine and it doesn't need refilling at the moment. Should check here. There could be something to pick up. But not in the house track or sleigh mica and schist. Nothing there. That's annoying. Because it's probably almost empty. Only 3.3 tons left on that. We'll deal with it later. Refilling to you and your house. My house doesn't need refilling. It's the rear wagon. You must respond to my clicks. You perilous, perilous fool. And then that'll stop him. One drop off into this track. There's bound to be something to pick up down here. Of course, it's behind something that should stay there. That's the way it works. I still don't remember what these tags mean. I know where those go. Let's just roll it down the line anyway. He doesn't know what's going on. He's totally wasted. That might make for a moderately amusing thumbnail, though. Man stands unaware next to cool pink locomotive. I do appreciate that you can see the dinger dinging. Dinger donging? Yeah, dong. Okay, those go over there. Those go in there, and that goes in there. The orange ones go up the line. Nope. You didn't want to do that. Probably want to leave at least some space to get past. Sensible train music. I disagree. Should really be some polka or something. Oh, we're on a very slight gradient, are we? 0.9% isn't really that slight. That's fine, we can let it roll. Come on, just a bit more. %80 oil, that's not a lot of oil. I did have a hot box on my train last time I played, off stream. It was annoying. It restricts the auto driver to 15 miles an hour. And it makes a little bit of smoke. And you have to repair it. You can't just stop and let it cool off. The only positive was that when I dragged the wagon faster than 15, it made a bit of fire. And fire's cool. Should probably keep an eye on those currently rolling away wagons. Or apply the remote brake. That won't speed up at all. It's going to be perfectly fine to just let it roll down the line. All the safety in the world. Needs to slow down. We have to wait for this to get out of the way. Heck. Ah, that's too quick. It's so quick it might recouple and destroy the entire maneuver. Telling a wagon to slow down in a video game helps for sure. It does. It's science. Scientifically proven. They listen and obey. Ah. We need those to go that way. So now I have to make a second maneuver when I connect onto them by pulling them back a little. My entire day is ruined. It would be nice if they'd give you an estimate of how long things will take to either load or unload. Your entire day? Let's make it a week. Oh man, I don't want a ruined week. That's a long time. give you a little bit of throttle. Apply the brake on those hoppers just because if I don't, they're going to get away from me. Got to get that important safety rating to 100. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't think I actually get anything out of having a high safety rating. Also, why am I reversing? Because you're an idiot? This is why it's best to only do one thing at a time. Such jolly music. There's still quite a bit of pulpwood there. Maybe I'm supplying them too much. I think it says 5 carloads a day. Ugh. That's probably good enough. I could have left those rolling. What an absolute buffoon. I just stopped them when I didn't have to. This is almost as good as Thomas the Tank Engine music. I mean, almost as appropriate. You got yourself there. You've got no one to blame except yourself for that one. Thunko. Handbrake off, please. I imagine an employee of Piss Railroad calling a customer saying, "Something funny happened to your goods," and this music is playing. Yeah? Let me put you on hold, sir or ma'am. And then this music continues playing. Piss Numbers has stopped at Cowie. Did you stop where I want you to stop, or did you stop at the signal? The signal, and it will let me pass the signal, but it will not let me pass a track against. Unless I go and switch it. Ass. Sounds like a scam then. And when you're still on hold, you were looking for that scam. No scam here. Just the only choice in railroad transportation in the area. Get wrecked, customers. Do we do the role play where we open the hopper doors? Yep. There we go. Serious business round here. We just got paid. 144 money. Not bad. This passengers I surely scam. It's their own fault. They should have done their research. Pretty sure I oiled this train up. 100%. Apparently it doesn't help because the one car that I had a hotbox on was 99% oiled. So maybe I'm the one being scammed. How about? Put our little man here. And he can probably push this off the switch. If you push the right buttons. Oh, feel the power! Feel the burn! There. Good job, little man. We've barely let the locomotive get away. Barely. I don't think there's anything for it to crash into up that way. So he would have been perfectly safe. They should have done their research. Sounds a bit weird if said by Herbert Erpaderp. Yeah, it's a bit hypocritical. I do sometimes do research. I'd do research if I was to catch a train somewhere. It looked like that wagon tried to start moving away. It saw me coming and started cowering. Oh God, no, not again. Sounds like a scam. Like, he did write a critical piece about the Piss Railroad on Google Review and filled Wikipedia himself. Well, if I didn't do it, nobody else would. I wouldn't lie that much in my own self-interest. I'll connect those up for a bit of extra braking force. Right, reverse, because the engine is facing that way. Lie? You spelled lay down wrong. You are where we want you. Just do a little bit of shunting and then bring it down here. EZ. Maybe a bit quicker. make sure they're on the switch list to avoid me missing them when they're loaded up. Have I been printing something new lately? I have not. I've been thinking about printing a anti-spill device for my glue bottle, but I haven't done anything more than think about it. Oh, that one's ready. They're always behind stuff. Always. Always got to do the shunting. And if I put them in there with a bit more thought, it wouldn't be an issue. So it is really past Herbert's fault. But, you know, I don't really want to blame poor innocent past Herbert. He's a good fella. Not Herbert's fault? Unthinkable. Herbert Erpaderp is innocent, I tells ya. Get some brakes on that one. Maybe on that one too. Are we gonna crash? No. That one's still rolling. You will stop, and you'll be happy to stop. How many did we just drop off there, and we only got paid... Oh, it was two separate.
Prepare for ramming speed!
I don't want to prepare for ramming speed. We need safety, not ramming speed. We need 100% safety rating for vague reasons.
Jalapeno poppers! Yes!
That seems completely irrelevant, but delicious too. Okay. Oh, that's not close to being empty. That's not as annoying. It's okay to put that back. Choo-choo, mud, humper. Choo-choo indeed. How you doing, Grovis? It's funny. That's what counts. I like being amused. Release the handbrake and slow down the train and no smashing. Oh man, let me smash. It really upsets me that the wheels don't start rolling until you get real close. Ooh. We do any damage there? No. Good. We won't tell anybody then. Hope you didn't go overboard with your post the other day. The, thank you for not being shitheads post. I don't think so. That wasn't what you wanted. You wanted to be a bit more forward than that. Well, click it 3 times for good luck. Surely they can stay together. Somebody did that. Oh man! That switched wrong. Damn it. Why do things that happen to people who aren't paying attention keep happening to me? I'll watch that carefully. That's applied. Now we go forwards and pick this errant mother hecker up. Oh, cool, we burped at the same time. We are brothers in burps. Well, welcome to my cult, my burping cult. We are forever bound. Careful now. Attention is overrated. A deficit is where it's at. Ah, yes. Now, are you... Yep, you are correctly off the switch list. Now how do I maneuver to... I know. I do enjoy the shaky, what's his name? Gowron. It just shows his rage so nicely. I've got a bunch more animated emote slots, but I don't know how to animate the emotes properly. And Twitch gives you options to just use a still emote and add those animations to it. So I've just used that. It worked well. Your wife hates it, although she is more of a farter. That is the same as a dog person hating a cat person. Okay, I think the way to do this is... If that train wasn't in the way, this wouldn't be as much of a problem as it is. I'll take those up to the interchange. That'll be easy. I'm also a farter, especially in the mornings. You gotta start up. You gotta release the gases to start up. For some reason, I like using this track to leave wagons. Actually, you have to use all of them, but I start with this one. And I start by not going too fast, because for some reason, trains don't stay on the corners when you go too fast. Something to do with gravity or something. Do the controls animate when you... No. Ass. Oh, they do. Where's the throttle then? That's the throttle. No, that's the reverser. That's the throttle. Ah, to be easily amused. I guess you get more control with a burp. You can make burps into words, and, you know, I assume you can't really do that with a fart. I've never figured out a way. Probably want those right at the end, so as to not waste space. Oh, lazy $208. You got 50 minutes till the interchanges. But you can make people you don't like leave with a fart. That's true. They are a powerful tool. Looking for that. Looking for it while scrolling away from it. We want that in the yard. Let's put it with the other ones. They're different, but close enough. These are the big ones, and this one is smaller ribbed one. For her pleasure. I don't think this engine's come this far. This direction. What an amazing first. Sick maneuver. Ooh. Not so sure. I mean, Klingons fight their enemies with the bat'leth. Not by pointing their asses at them and letting go. Maybe they should try. Maybe that's a combat style that Klingons have just never thought of for some reason. Biological warfare. Maybe they consider that dishonorable. Chemical warfare is without honor. Okay, there was one pickup down there, I think. Where's our passenger train? Good. It's in Cochrane. I guess it's probably going to be a while before that one's actually full. Would be nice if they were both full so I could just take them out. Also, I don't know why a Locust Pin Co. makes furniture. I'd imagine they would make, like, bowling pins with a name like that. Maybe a little faster than that. Surely it won't result in disaster. I see one of you has a handbrake on. You won't be needing that. You're right. You running a place called Pissmart should wonder about a company's name and what they're doing. I should. This is important. It's all about perception and transparency. You know what you're getting with Pissmart, probably. That didn't work how you wanted it, really, did it? You dumb fuck. The idea was to not have to back up. I think maybe because that's all loaded, it's too heavy to really do that effectively. Unless you're really good. That's why I can't do it. Now when we come back with the, I don't know if they're loads or empties, but the cars that have to go in here, it'll be ever so slightly easier. You handle this like a professional. Not sure if the is silent. I'll take it. I'm good at railway. Look at my positive income and / or relatively high safety rating. Sure, it's 80-something% now. That was 91 the other day. That's pretty good. You know you can just teleport, Herbert. That's nowhere near as cool as flying. I clicked select. You should accept my clicking. Move this out of the way. And we'll just use the yellow engine to drop those orange cars off on its way back up the line. That'll work a treat. Still 42 minutes for the interchange. No, don't switch that. Perfect. You're going too quick. You blithering fool. Almost stopped in the right spot. Almost doesn't really cut it though, does it? We can just leave this on that. I wonder how far we can go, actually. Let's go on an adventure. Let's save before our grand adventure. Let's see how far we can go. I want to know if I can use that line. And if so, where does it go? Maybe that's too quick. Does the line just mystically end? Kinda looks like it might. Now my immersion is ruined. How does the train bring in stuff from onto the interchange? Is it a ghost? Or does it come down the other way and then make a reversing maneuver? Surely I'm allowed to go down here. If I wasn't, they wouldn't let me switch the switch. Would be kind of neat if they animated the interchange train coming in, but they don't. It's got a gradient. Not too steep. We can roll up that. They don't? Idiots! Give them animal names. Like... Dog! Fucking dog. Well, there's my yellow engine. Excuse me. I think it's caught up on the wrong track. That's probably better than it going all the way to the end of the line for no reason, though. It's a bit sharp. I was hoping it would just continue on into nowhere and off the edge of the map. They probably thought about that, though. End of the frickin' line. Oh well, now I know. I probably just could have just flown over here, but it's not as fun, is it? This isn't the track for you, idiot. This is my fault though, because I didn't fix it. Extinct animals, so I don't have a bad feeling of they're out of service. Hope this track does not lead you to Moria. They wouldn't dare. That would be cool. If they, just as like an Easter egg, they make it lead somewhere that you don't really want to be. You didn't stop, Herbert. You need to stop before you change directions. This rail is like live. Like life, it's a dead end. Ah, yes. What a positive outlook. Hang on. Are you ready to move? No. Switch that and hope that he'll when he auto pilots up the track again, he'll stop when he sees those wagons in that siding. It's always a gamble. feel like that car has been there forever. We never run out of leather. Or it's a tannery. I guess if it's a tannery, it's filling up with leather. We never make enough leather. Rob Halford would be disappointed. I'm thinking, and boy does it hurt, but if we've got this locomotive down here, we might as well bring the cars for where it lives back with it too. That's called pleather, right? Plenty of leather? Yeah, probably. But Rob Halford disapproves. I can just leave this on this track rather than putting it on that track. That would make my life slightly easier. Just had a bus switch lanes right into me. There was no reason for him to switch lanes. Ah, you must be playing Truck Sim. They do that. Bastards. No, plenty of leather is called crocodile. Is it that obvious? I mean, I'd assume that you're not driving a real vehicle while being in Twitch chat. And usually buses are a little more careful. Or maybe at least here. I don't know about there. So I do know somebody who had a truck pull right into their lane and crush them against a traffic divider. That's pretty terrifying. I mean, they lived, but that's still pretty terrifying. Let's couple an air hose up. That'll be fun. Look at that. I assume we got paid for that. Nearly $500 dues. And bringing these in here in the morning because we've got a second interchange anyway frees up a tiny bit of space for the trains that come in the evening. Depends on if the bus driver has a death wish. Maybe they do. Especially if it's like a school bus, I could understand that. What a horrible job that must be. Ooh, I split the train very conveniently and didn't even realize it. Because there is quite a bit. That switcher should be able to haul this. That will possibly save me moments of time. Moments! Almost drove a soldier dead with your CV-90. Wanna hear? Sure. As long as it doesn't violate Twitch terms of services. Got plenty of time before that switcher gets here. Yeah. We've got so many things that need switching. It's a busy life, living on the railroad. I had a driver that once stopped because the kids were too loud and stated, "We can sit here all night, I get paid by the hour." That's a good way to do it. That probably wouldn't stop them, but, I mean, you're getting paid by the hour. Personally, I wouldn't. I'd just get out of the bus and leave. Because I'm sure kids could sit there all night too. That sounds like an unwinnable standoff. Not quite enough. Nope. Wrong direction still. Yeah. Honk. Handbrake there. I really do like that context menu that you can pop up. It's a great touch. Oh, we've got movement from the slack action. Probably not a bad idea to give the train the ability to brake properly. That'll help. Soon you will call me Horn Master too. I am the Horn Master. Excuse me. I could bring the other engine with the rest of the train back here, but I probably don't really need to. I do need to make sure they stop here. But in the meantime, I left... Well, I sent the log train off to do its thing, but it never actually went past that set of points. It's because you weren't paying attention, Herbert. First time ever. Not paying attention. We got this here, and it's probably ready to... Everything here is red. Everything except this one idiot. They're probably not making any furniture because you've got no inputs. So it's never going to fill up. Production has stopped. Womp womp. Might as well move them out then. Let's move them out. No. Not forwards, you dunderhead. It's amazing that we're only 86% safety rating when we have drivers like me. Could be worse. Yeah, but it could be a lot better. Any tankers needing... Aha, that one's going to be easy to pick up. What I need is to be able to pick these up by hand and just shuffle that one to the back. That would be so much easier. It was cold and slightly misty. Used a light to guide the driver backwards, excuse me, to the tree line. And at the last moment, I ordered to get the vehicle more to the right side of the path to get more cover of the trees. And at that last moment, I recognized a person laying that positioned in that position. Man, that person used up all of their luck. Waited a second and heard, wow. I choose to believe it was just like a wow. Not like a excited one or anything. You can move back and get those ones. Yes. Legally distinct Back to the Future theme. Let's deal with this guy because because of cough. I guess I kind of appreciate that it stops at the signal before the switch. It gives me a little bit of room to maneuver. You lot can stay here. He ended up with the barrel of his rifle under the truck. If it was 2 seconds late, his head was underneath the track. Man. Some people get lucky. Probably not the kind of get lucky he would like. On the switch list. That was an almost perfectly timed ending to that song. We got $36,000. Just burning a hole in my pocket now. I have no loan. I do want to buy another locomotive for when I open up the line to Andrews. I believe the Santa Fe would be a good purchase. It's almost as powerful as a it's more powerful than a GP9. So that would be my helper over the mountain, I think. Easy does it. Be careful with the GCL wagon. That stands for Good Coupling League. You gotta couple up good to them. Back to AI. That is... Yes, honk, honk, honk. Stop here. Nope, that's the wrong place. Wilmot, not Whittier. I can read, I swear. I should see if I can edit the audio files in this game to be honks from the Horrible Goose. It's not nearly full. That's nearly empty, though. It's probably not really worth it. That'll probably take like another hour. It's probably not really worth it to skip an hour with the train waiting here. But I don't really have any plans to... No, I do want to shunt those cars into the industry. That's a waste of time. This fellow's arrived just in time. Really don't like when the game does that. It's mildly startling. It was very moderately amusing. I thought I applied the brake on that. Go too quick. His 106 needs to stay on the rails. Look at that tilting and rocking. Slow down. Oops. I do like that they cared enough to animate all of the connecting rods and reversing gear and stuff. That's pretty neat. I'm pretty easily amused, by the way. They also did all the cocks. Yeah. Cock. Easily amused? You don't say. I do say. It's very hard to tell. .99% oiled is probably fine. 100 for the locomotive. And you are nowhere near Wilmot. Damn it. We're in the middle of doing something at Bryson, though. I don't know how they've set out the train coming in. It's probably going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to pull that back out. And it won't matter if they're not working. It won't matter if I just leave this over here. They're not going to put anything in anyway. I've come up with a way to make my life mildly easier later. Stop. Yeah, perfect. Just uncouple and leave this on the track here. And then when the other train comes in, I shove it onto the end there, and it'll be the first loaded one out. And less shuffling for me, probably. I think. Probably not in reality. Put the Bluetooth brakes on. I'm sure I don't need to oil those up. They look oily enough. Backwards, and don't forget about the tanker we need to connect. I would never forget anything. Not old, knows everything and remembers everything, Erpaderp. I'll just assume that track is clear to deposit my load on. Yeah, it's probably... I'll see when I get over there. Probably want to send this train on its way, too. Once we're done switching. You probably should stop rather than trying to shunt all of those wagons down there to pick the tanker up. Let's take the locomotive. It's okay to foul the main like this. Who's gonna complain? There's nothing coming through here. I have a mind like a steel trap. It's rusted and been at the bottom of the river for 30 years. But it's still a nice, sharp steel trap. Oh, you were way too quick there. It's almost as though gravity is working upon your locomotive on such a steep grade. .8%. That's pretty hefty. I can complain if you want. Just ask for it. I mean, if you want to complain, you can. It'll be directed to the complaints department, care of Mr. John Dustbin. Got distracted and stalled out, didn't you? They didn't really stall out, you just turned the throttle off. Oh, Dustbin, he handles the empty sprues also, right? Yep. He's pretty busy. You may want to not ram that into the boxcar, Herbert. Is that off the switch list? And I guess it's probably a good idea to put this away. This 106 has stopped. We'll deal with you in a minute. The best reason for moving this out of the way is because if I don't, I'll forget and then crash into it. He does it immediately too. Saw a pic one time that had a note Complaints department, take a number. The number was attached to a pin on a hand grenade. It's pretty good. Select you to go forwards. Wait, no, that's... You didn't do anything wrong there yet. It's still in manual. I'm just going to assume it's got enough fuel and water. That's probably fine. Actually, it might like a bit more water. I feel like that's a touch fast. We've got more switching in here to do. There's a water column just over here, which this guy can stop at. Okay, you're using the wrong engines for shunting, and the colors are not historically accurate. You are misusing the horn. You don't supply enough Christmas coal to the kids. Oh yeah, we have to go and have to deal with the Christmas train of the day. That is a valid complaint. Hysterically accurate. I am hysterical and accurate. The last really whiny complaint I had on YouTube was complaining about both of those things. Or rather, my not being funny and needing to do research because I'm not accurate. I had a sensible chuckle. 10 tons of coal is plenty. Okay. Freak out! And move this back into its slot. Get it out of the way. That's easy. Please switch. There, thank you. This cheeky little fellow has one drop off here. You're not using the proper names for the shunting thingies. Oh man. They're gonna send me to train jail, aren't they? That. It's still got over 2 tons in it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to leave this across the road crossing. That's unfortunate. That's why the music is so sad sounding. looking for the handbrake, but I can just do this. You're fine. They call Mr. Tacom and he sends you to some more sprues for the Burger Panther, adding another 400 parts. Oh, man. Oh. You mean the pull-up stop bar? Now I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like the technical word. The handbrake, oh yeah. No, it's a rotatey stop motion thingy on those. Now, I thought for a second that I activated that bell, but I didn't. Now you go into this. It's all set out nicely for you. You'll stop where you're supposed to. Yes, yes, honk. And here we are with the Christmas train. Christmas in July. So the spinny stop wheel, yeah. These have a pull-up stop bar. You got to give it a few good pumps. You are at 99% condition. That's good. I'm pretty sure I just repaired these. If I repaired them on the previous day. Maybe the other ones are the ones I repaired. Make my cut here. Instead of putting brakes on before it just recouples. Be very rude of it. Probably go a bit faster. Fun with honking. You could probably go a bit further. I thought I'd have a little bit more time We got... It's still pretty oily. That's oily enough. You're going to try to stop at the signal. You know that's very impolite. I want this one to now go forth. It's gonna be perfect. It's probably had time to fill all the water up. The music makes it sound like I've arrived at the sinister coal mine. Where they're like, I don't know, using child labor to dig up the coal. Probably fit the entire train on that track. And then we've got to take this. Do something with it. I expect probably the next train has a, one of those on it. Actually, no. I think one of those is on my coal train, so I can switch it out now. Yes. How wonderful. The Mines of Mordor. Yeah, that's what they are. There's not enough fires and deep pits, but I assume that's coming in a future update. Let's take you off the list. And the boxcar was against the engines, so that works well. It makes it very easy for shunting. Also, I might want to change these tracks so when the train to the track site, whatever it is, or I need to leave that work train so it can just go right through. It's probably going to be in the way later on. For now, I don't have a real rush to open the line to Andrews. There is a fire in you. They will harvest that and start a new order. Not my internal fire. I need that. That's where I keep my anger. Why did piss... You are the yellow switcher. Run the signal. No one's gonna blame you if you crash. Except for me. I wonder if 20 is too quick through here.
I'm in danger.
Sure are, Ralphie. We all are. Am I going to stop in time? Ooh. Such suspense. Much danger. Come on, just a bit more. There we go. Flawless victory. It looks like there's just enough room. And by just enough room, I mean plenty of room. More room than you need. I want to slow down there. I'm gonna have to make multiple back and forths anyway, so I'm not gonna push that down. Excuse me. No slam of the boxcar. Slow down. Safety rating is important. I don't actually know why the safety rating is important other than safety good. Maybe you get some sort of bonus for being good, having good safety ratings. Pretty sure that might be the case. You get a discount for reputation effects, like it says there. 10% discount. I'll keep an eye on that and see if I'm getting more discounts when inevitably my safety rating goes up to 175,000%. Your safety rating of 100% when you become Queen of New South Wales. I will certainly do that. I'm bound to become the Queen eventually. Just totally didn't click when I tried to click the brakes. That's okay, that's fine. That's what you want. Prevents excessive wear of the braking system. $89. Hell yeah. I could probably afford that Santa Fe now. I don't actually need it yet though, so I'm gonna keep the money on hand for drugs. Yes. Switch that. And we're ready to have our locomotives sit here for the rest of the day doing nothing. It's a good investment of like $60,000 or $70,000. They're here when I need them. And then we've still got power for everything else. You would be the best bearded queen the world has ever seen. It's true. I wouldn't be the best mustachioed queen, though. That's Freddie Mercury. I'm tempted to... No, don't get distracted. I need to open... No, close the cock at the end. But if I look away, I'll ram into it and have an oopsie boingo. I can't remember why my safety rating went lower, but I think one of the reasons is bashing into this train here. Close the cock first. This should really be a click to close thing, because you have to get really close. And it's, with the way the camera works, it's a bit janky. I'm sure they'll work on that over the course of however long they work on the game. They'll make it better. Probably. Where's that other train? Oh, it's already gone by. I was hoping to watch it from here. That's a good spot. And the driver of this train just gets to put his feet up and relax for the rest of the day. And actually, I think to keep that out of the way... Actually, if I look here, figure out where the site is, then I'll know if it's in the way or not. Okay, there. That'll be fine until we need to move the stuff for the industries over there in. And because the locomotive I'm using doesn't need to be used elsewhere, really, I can have it just sit with the train in a passing loop, if I can find one. Is Wessa our best option? Could be our only option. What's next? Possibly, it could be a good idea to send this out. Could probably do with it just a wee bit of coal and water, maybe. We've got some shunting to do here. A That's good. Check the mines. These aren't quite as evil as the other mines. We need that. That's ready. Presumably, this one is... Oh, you slack shits. You got one more to load and you haven't done it. What am I not paying you for? They've angered me for the last time. We can make a move with this, though. Everybody knows there's a train moving now. You gotta send the right signals. Good. Is the cock open on this end? That's not good. It's leaking all of our precious air. Need that to live. That's already... Take that off the list. Just roll the train into it. More carefully. I'm not quite sure. I think your horn signal meant the Easter Bunny has diarrhea. Yeah, I know. It's easy to get those confused, but that's not the signal I was sending. Though the Easter Bunny does have diarrhea. Good thing it's not Easter and he can sit and deal with it. $97, that's not enough oil. Just going to assume the rest of the cars have enough oil. Go forwards until you meet the Fusey, probably. That's where chocolate eggs come from. Mmm, delightful. Probably actually enough coal to make it to Bryson. Maybe not enough water, but it will make it to Alaka Junction. We'll just send it on its way. Wait, actually. Make sure that it's going to pick up passengers. Cochrane? Is it all full? Probably because I picked up passengers all the way here as well. It's fine. It's fine. Is anybody even waiting here? Plenty of people are waiting. I should probably have multiple passenger trains running. Though, I don't know if they accumulate. I don't think they do. They'll leave when they see their train is leaving. Okay. might as well use this to shunt that out of the way. I've also got a parts car that needs to go away. I think actually I'll refill that one. I don't think Alaka has enough parts. Maybe it does and I'm misremembering. That would be a new thing for Herbert to do, to misremember. Right? Engines. 72 tons of parts seems like a lot. And it is. Probably, but it's not really gonna hurt our bank balance to buy another carload. Oh, it's after 8:30 in the game. It's definitely after 8:30 IRL. So that means the interchange has probably been interchanged. I didn't even notice. We've got 16 cars. Dang it. I've already dropped cars off there. There's so many for the sawmill too. This can be sorted out later. Not really in a rush for any of that, I don't suppose. Maybe, I don't remember if I've upped the sawmill to level 5. I did. That means we need more logs. Would explain why there was more cars for the sawmill. You got to keep your sawmill busy, you see. Otherwise they get bored and start wrecking up the place. You stupid shit. I don't know if I even clicked the lever there, or if I just thought I did. I guess what we can do is just drop that and let it roll into there, probably. Pick that up and shove it in there. That'll work flawlessly. Don't get me wrong, but Alarka sounds like a Klingon colony in the Star Trek universe. Captain, we're entering the Alarka system. The Klingon colony on Alarka 3, but their mining facility is on Alarka 5. Man. Yeah, I can see how that would be, but it needs to have an apostrophe somewhere. Probably before the K. And you need to say it more aggressively. Alarka. Patak. Clear the piss first. Well, that's not going to have enough momentum at all. You've done it completely arse backwards too. What a idiot. Ah. Herbert Erpaderp, worst train driver. The ultimate Vulcan word. D-talk-an. Did the Vulcans apostrophe-ize everything too? Is that even a word? It is now. Let's try again. Have that way. That's the wrong direction. We'll get there eventually. Is the gradient... that's downhill, surely. That'll go whizzing past us. Glory to you, and Alarka! They did, especially names. That's probably true. There's a pole. Maybe Klingon... Oh, for fuck's sake. I wanted that to go down there. It's better than... Or it could be in worse places. I'll leave it there. We'll just run the departing train down here and couple onto that. Easy does it. You can't couple with this engine too hard because it's a fragile old museum piece. In Klingon, it's Herbert Erpaderp. I mean, you'd probably say it regularly. You just spell it with the apostrophes. In that cool Klingon font. I don't think the Vulcans have a cool English font. Their writing was like vertical squiggles, I think. Just random Gowron. Herbert Erpaderp is with honor, he says. That's probably all the switching we need to do here. For now. That's probably gonna... That's like a 40-something ton. It'll be fine. We'll do the rest the next day, probably, when it needs to be done. West or east? Is that where we want that? Remembering things is difficult.
That's what she said.
Pretty sure that is where we want that. And close the points behind it. Click it once and it'll work. Perfect. Herbert Erpaderp, son of seriousness. Mm-hmm. I was gonna do or say something, but now I've forgotten what it was. Probably a good idea to go here. See what's happening. Ooh. They are using logs really quickly now. Which I don't suppose is a bad thing. We do have a set of log cars in Bryson that are basically just sitting there. They'll probably want some of these. We're going to be collecting a lot more sawdust, I think. I don't care about the fuse. I don't care about that either, but I will probably forget about it for like a day or two. That's fine. There is no rush to get to Andrews. Andrews is not going anywhere. Probably. If we have another flood, it might go somewhere. That's a good honk. If we put these into the sawmill, it'll probably take a while before I bother shunting the ones off the that the next train will bring up. So they'll at least be able to fill those up in the meantime. That's a bit too quick, I think. Really need to be doing 34. Larker Junction West. That's probably a place to put water into that train. I should go and check it out. Also, it looks like it's going the wrong way. You blithering idiot. That's okay, I can manually do it and put it where I want it. Ooh. Whose fault is this? Not mine. Even though I am responsible for switching all of the switches, I need to find somebody else to blame. I wonder how far it can get with that much coal. May have to stop at Bryson. doing it manually is not in the spirit of the game. Everything should be done automatically, so you just have to start the game and that's it. Yeah, you just sit back and watch. Just like a real CEO. Or whatever my role is. The beverage is empty. I am angry. Who's to blame? Herbert Erpaderp. How dare you? That's clearly not the case. Poor innocent Herbert Erpaderp did nothing wrong. Just ask me. I investigated myself and found myself innocent. Could be going a bit faster, but it's a nice, relaxing railway. Trekking got auto-modded. Who's to blame? That stupid Australian officer? Major fault? I'll allow that. Who's to blame? That stupid Australian officer? Major fault? I don't think I read any of that with the correct inflections. We'll let that fill up with water. We don't need it to go right away. Back to yellow piss locomotive. The only one in this scheme. I should go into politics. No. I'm not enough of a cunt. I have enough, I couldn't seriously be that dishonest. I have, like, morals, I think they call them. El Smasho. How many have we got here? I've got 3 for the... That's not even going to fit in the sawdust wood chip area. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 8? I can count. Got 8 for the loady thingies, the platforms. That's not that much. I think the other train only had like 3 or 4 at the interchange. Was expecting more. Have a look. Morals are for people who lack imagination. I have plenty of imagination. Oh, there's a few more than I thought. Some are for Stenzel. 1 is for Stenzel. Yeah, I'll sort it out later. As long as I get them working now. I might be about to go on the wrong track. Because as I probably commented, I'll forget about that and have me an oopsie doodle. But I remembered just in time. Herbert has a lot of imagination, but most of it's glue related. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That gets you praise from the glue god. Got no train connected, so train brakes are not going to do anything. I guess. Go forwards, fool. I guess even though they won't fit here, all three of those, with that one, well, they might fit. Probably just have to leave one hanging. Hanging, like a hanging Chad, or whatever the expression is or was. Maybe that's one I've made up in my head just now. I think we can only fit 7. Probably 6 of the longer ones in there. I'll go with 6. Not close enough to uncouple. Rude. I think that was just about as close as you can get it without blocking the switch. Haha. Usually that doesn't happen. I'm sure I don't need to go over the other end to determine if I'm going to hit the bumper or not. I'll be fine. No crashing for me. Nearly stopped too soon, but I didn't. Probably can't actually fit one more car in there, can I? I would have sworn you used to be able to fit 7 of them in there. Maybe they were all shorter ones when I learned that, or assumed that. You gotta move your locomotive 10 millimeters. If I release that handbrake, it'll start rolling just at the right time and we won't couple too hard. Surely. Or it'll just stay there. Now it's rolling. I feeling hungry and because you don't have a railroad in your place, you have to go to the kitchen yourself. Well, I hope you have something great in the kitchen and enjoy devouring it. Thank you for dropping by, Trakan. I will have safety rating fun. It won't have changed, but let's look at it. 86%. Man, I'm going to be at 100 so soon. It would be really cool to have a railway in your house that brought you food. If I owned this house, I would do that. No way I'm going to build a free railway for a landlord. Now, why are you going that way? Because I'm not paying enough attention, apparently. That one... It doesn't look like it holds 70 tons like this one would, but it's not going to be full anytime soon. Let's see if we can get all 4 of them into one track. It would be awfully convenient. Probably. I'd still have to switch out a loaded one every now and then, I guess. Release the handbrake so that we can continue moving. Be a good idea. It might actually work. Only... No, it's not going to. That's not enough at all. Ass shits. Well, you can stay there. There's nowhere else to put it, really. I could leave it there, but then that will have to come out and... Well, what a pain in the balls that would be. Right in them. Need to shunt these all the way in because we'll bring more stuff up later to shove in there. And probably didn't bring anything for Stenzel or Ella here. The next train will include those things, but by the time it gets here, something here might be loaded, so we'll leave that there. Will this be ready? Probably not. Nope. You've still got 11.3 tons. Let's start. It's probably not a bad idea to sort the rest of that train out at the interchange. Let's just switch you to manual. Conveniently left at the end of the line, where it did not derail or crash, thankfully. Actually, let's look at it. That needs to go at the front. With that in front of it. Those stay here. Why so many moves do I have to make? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I can figure it out. I can't figure it out. I don't want to stop there. I meant to release those brakes a bit. Two dings! That means the train is happy. Nice and gentle. These cars have done nothing to you, Herbert. They don't deserve your abuse. Handbrakes? You don't need no stinking hand. Oh, you applied that one. Why can't you read? Might have been smart to shove that forwards a bit. So we got a bit more coal for the paper board. I'll put that on its own track. You stupid shit. Oh no, it did switch. I'm getting tired. Getting cranky with the train doing what I told it to do. Leave these on this track because I'm not really in a rush to do more silver shunting. Would like to get the whatever direction bound freight train out though. And the way I've got that set up has the green ones in front of the yellow ones, which is usually the opposite of how it is on this railroad. It's not far enough. That stopped because you put the brakes on. And go forward a bit, and then we'll get those. That's right. Nice and slow. Easy does it. Easy does it. You gonna brake? Nope. Just fooling. I'm gonna brake too much. Just checking how I had that all set up. Those hoppers are empty already. Okay, so the Ella goes at the end of the green set. So I want it in front. No. I'll have to do some kajiggering when I get to the train. That's fine. No, you're not connected to the train, so your train brakes are gonna do nothing. Probably shouldn't just run with independent only. Some buffoon left a handbrake on. Okay. I'll come back for this stuff. I don't need it yet. Handbrake would be nice. I'm gonna have to ask about with these anyway, so I might as well just shove that on the front. I do like that I can phase through the other boxcar. Dang it. The drink is empty and I forgot about it. And now I'm thirsty. Fuck. Well, let's just shove this down the line and we get to it when we get to those when we get to them. Stick this onto the waiting freight train and it can go. There'll be no further delay and only a little bit more confusion. Assume that all the tracks are set up so we don't crash anything. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. We need to get to there. We don't need to go too much quicker than that, otherwise something will come off the rails and that will ruin all of my plans. The plans being to have 100% safety rating. Even that's probably way too quick for those switches. I feel like we're speeding up very slowly. Maybe a little brake will fix that. No, maybe I don't need to. Maybe this is an appropriate speed. Pretty sure that's switched correctly, but hold on. There was no need to panic. You just wanted to panic, didn't you, Herbert? Yep. Now here is where I might have left switches. No, I've left them good. Ah! No disasters, Erpaderp, they call me. For some reason. Look, there's a road, that's why I'm honking. That's the way we wanted it switched. If I'm going to be arsing about with this, I should cut that in somewhere where it's going to not then require further switching at Bryson. That would be the smart thing to do. And you know me, always doing the smart thing. Oop. Change that. Didn't even switch the throttle back. It's probably good for the engine. Okay, that's hardwoods R1. Put it there. Yep, that'll do. Almost forgot to do what I was going to do. We'll do this. You can be faster than this. You're not going to cause any damage relating to speed. Surely not. I say that and it doesn't go faster even with the throttle open. This music is entirely too cinematic. Oh, look, the magic of shunting. That's too fast. Nothing's damaged, you fool. I disconnected that. I thought it was... Oh, man. Would be easy if you were following or if they weren't moving. I'll do it later. And why did that happen? I bled that one. I thought that would let all of the air out of it, but it's just done that to all of the rest of them. Mildly inconveniently, which is the worst kind of inconvenient. Now to decide whether it's more of an inconvenience to back the entire train back to get the end of it, or to use the purple shunter. Pink shunter. Such decisions. $225 passengers. You're getting distracted, Herbert. You're gonna have an accident. I'll just go and get the other end of the train with the shunter. That's easy enough. That's well within my capacities. You may be going a little quick there. Maybe I'm not going quick enough. It's just like Eve. You sit there spinning your train instead of your spaceship. And there's more fun to be had in this game. Can't forget the National Park Service wagon on the end of this. Because last time, when I put it on the end of the train, I did forget about it. And then off-stream had to take it back to where it belonged. But you don't have a handbrake, it's at the other end. You could have determined that by looking at the doodad. Probably don't want to go too fast when we know there's a train on the track ahead of us. There's plenty of stopping space. I notice you're not braking, Herbert. Broke too much again. I really never have got the hang of the brakes in this. There we go. Das ist gut. That's a pretty long train. Usually comes back a bit longer, or maybe about that much. Actually more, because often the evening empties train or loads or whatever train, the train to the Silver Interchange is usually 50 cars long. Or is often about 50 cars. No, why did you switch direction, you blithering idiot? I think I'll leave that there for now. I'll set these in motion. We'll just assume that nothing's gonna get in their way. Nothing's gonna hold them down. Oh no, oh no. They're going to keep on moving. Until they get to East Whittier, I guess. That, and there is a thing in the way, but I prefer to rely on switches switched incorrectly against the train. Really. I think that's going to do it for me. It's been 3 hours. I'm getting sleepy because it's midnight. Put my following list and see if there's somebody to do a raid at. Nah, actually, nah. I'm just gonna bugger off and go to bed. I will be back probably tomorrow night, depending on how I'm feeling. I think I'll play this again because I'm really enjoying it. So tomorrow night, probably about the same time I started tonight. So like 3 hours ago. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Have fun. I'll see you later. Toodaloo.